Hey, hello everyone. I hope you are all doing good, doing some lead coding. So let's do some lead coding today. So today's question is first unique character in a string. So you are given a string as you have to find the first non-repeating character in it and you have to return the index of it. If that does not exist, you simply have to return -1. Okay, so let's say you are given this example, lead code. So here if you see the first non-repetitive character here is L. Okay, rest if I talk about E is repetitive, T is there, it's a non-repetitive, but before that L is the non-repetitive one first. So the index here of L is 0, so we return output 0. If you see here, you see L is repetitive, O is repetitive, V is the first character which is non-repetitive, so 2 is the output because 2 is the index of V. If you see here, A is repetitive, B is repetitive, so in that case output is -1 because there is no non-repetitive character in this string. So that's why we return -1. Okay, now let's directly jump to the idea behind the solution. So let's say you have this input A, B, C, A. Okay, so what's the approach here you are going to use? Let's say we create few buckets. Let's say you came across a particular character and you have to count the occurrence. Okay, so the approach we use is we create a bucket. Let's say for A we created a bucket and we add A here. Let's say we came across B, we create a bucket with B and we add B here. Okay, let's say we came across C and we create a bucket and we add C there. Now again we came across A here, but A is already present. I mean the bucket of A already exists. So what we do is we add that into this bucket. Once we are done creating a bucket, once we are done iterating this array, now we iterate over these buckets. Okay, and we see whichever bucket, okay, has a value 1, we return that. Okay, let's say here bucket B has a 1 value, C has a one value, right? Now how we will identify that the first non occurrence, that means the bucket which has only one element. So there are multiple buckets, but B is the only bucket which occurred first into this input. So how we can ensure that? We don't have to worry about that, we just have to iterate over the array. Okay, if we see A here, A is has a 2 occurrence, we ignore it. We came across B, we see that bucket B has only one, so this is the element, this is the first non-repetitive element here. Okay, so once we came across the bucket B, it has occurrence 1, we simply directly return the index of this value. So B's index is 1. Okay, similarly, let's say you take another input, let's say A, and let's say B, then maybe C, and then C, and then D. Okay, and so again we create the buckets. Let's say after once we are done iterating, we have a bucket A, we have A 3 times, then we have bucket B, we have a 3 times B in that, then we have a bucket C, we have 2 times, and then bucket D, and then bucket E, one times. Okay, now what we do is we iterate over A. You see A is already present, it has a 3, A is in it, or the count is 3, we ignore it. Same is the case for this, same is the case for this. We came across B, then B has a 2, we ignore it. Same is the case for that. Then for C, C has a 2, we ignore it. Then we came across D. So this is the bucket, but D has only, this bucket has only occurrence of 1, basically count of 1. So that's our output. So we return the index of D here. So this bucketing is nothing but we are going to use hash map here. Okay, hash map of integer and integer. So this integer is nothing but represents the this particular character. Okay, or instead of integer you can say character here. Okay, so character e and value will be as an integer which represent nothing but the count. So character, let's say, came across A. First, if the bucket or hash map does not exist, the entry does not exist, we create it. If it exists, we just increment the count of that particular character. So once we are done iterating, we have a hash map ready. and then we iterate over this particular array, and then we see that particular bucket has that entry. If that entry is present and the count is 1, that means that's the first non-repetitive character, and then we return the index. Okay, so yeah, let's move directly to the code part. So here's the code. You are given a function, you are given a string. We have created this bucket map of characters as well as integers. We iterate over this input string and we see if the bucket does not exist. We create a bucket with that character and count initialize as 1. Otherwise, we are going to increment the count as 1. Finally, once we are done with this iteration, now we iterate over this string again and we see if there is any character which is present in the bucket and the count is 1, then we directly return the index. Okay. So if let's say this particular execution has not reached here, that means it is going to reach here. Okay. So that means there is a no index for which the count is 1. So in that case, that means every element character is repetitive. So in that case, we return -1. So for example, this case, it will be written -1. Okay. So it's a pretty simple, straightforward solution. That's all from my side. Do let me know if you need any particular solution of a particular question. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Do subscribe as well as like this video.